Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Anna. I'm a little bit spooky, and today we're doing something kind of fun, a little different. A friend gave me a really good idea for a video. Shout out, girl. You know who you are. I posted a short and a reel of a favorite 90s lip combination, and I got a DM from my friend over on Instagram and on here. She asked if I could give her some recommendations of some drugstore 90s inspired lips. And my wheels went to turning, and I was like, you know, I'm going to dig through my whole collection. I'm going to check and make sure these products are still available and just make a whole ass video out of it, because I got a little box here. So what I thought I would do is just go ahead and sit down and swatch all these lippies and talk about some of my favorite 90s vibes lips from the drugstore that are affordable and accessible. I'm going to try to link everything down below where you can purchase them, and I do believe all of these are still available. If not at your local drugstore, Target, Walmart, you can get them on Amazon or from the brand's website. So I'm going to leave links below with everything, and I will also flash the prices and details about the product on the screen as we go through. So yeah, if that interests you, just go ahead and keep on watching. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, like favorite red lips from the drugstore, favorite peachy nudes, favorite this, favorite that, girl, let me know down below. I will be happy to make a lip video devoted just to lip products, because this was a good idea and I thought it would be really fun to do with you guys. So yeah, also if you would like to see high-end 90s brown lip options, let me know that too. Yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into those lip swatches. Alright, just removed my lipstick I had on and tried to make sure I didn't take off too much of my foundation while I was at it. And yeah, I think we'll start with more sheer options first and work our way up. Now I'm looking for shades for this category. I'm thinking nudie brown tones, that very 90s lip. One that I just do not have on hand that I really want to mention first, and I'm going to put it on the screen and where to purchase it, and that is Mochalicious from Wet n Wild. I just haven't repurchased it. It is incredibly affordable at like $2 or $3. It's a really beautiful kind of mocha brown shade. It has a little bit of cool in it, a little bit of warm in it. It's just perfect. Mine I had had for years and it had just gone bad a while back, so I decluttered it. But that is a really good option. I just haven't repurchased it because I have about a million shades that can fill that void. It is a exact dupe of 1993 from Urban Decay, I do believe. But my thinking with these shades, we're going to be more leaning into that brownish lip with maybe some variants in the undertone. I can do one of more nude lips if that interests you. Shades more in this family, they're more that peachy nude vibe. Let me know if you'd like to see recommendations within that color family. But for this one, I'm leaning more towards shades that are kind of a brownier family. Very much in that coffee color range is where my brain went when I was thinking 90s lips. And I've got a good little selection here. So I'm going to start with the more sheer ones first, and we'll work our way up to the liquid lipsticks. My first one I want to talk about is from Milani, and this is one of their fetish lip balms, I think is what these are called. These are much more of a sheer lip option, more balmy, and you can get these at Target, Walmart, Walgreens, just about anywhere. I've seen these available, and this is the shade Tied Up, and let me just show you what it looks like on the lips. Also, this is a pretty darn good dupe of the NARS Laguna lip balm. But this gives that soft kind of brownie tint to the lips without being too much or too over the top. It just gives you that 90s lip vibe, but something a little bit more juicy and a little more on the glossy side of things. A little more comfortable, great for kind of everyday. Tied Up is a great option. It's very thin, very comfortable on the lips. But yeah, so it looks like. Looks great with a lip liner. It has a very nourishing feel on the lips. And I think it is a better formula than the NARS ones, in fact. Great option, just a nice kind of everyday, easy peasy color. And in a similar vein, one of my absolute favorite lip products right now, this is the Rose Comforting Lip Color from Wet n Wild. This is in the shade Pecan Glaze. Very similar type of concept, but this one I think is a little bit more of a juicy, richer formula. But you get that nice glossy feel from it. Very thick, very emollient, very comfortable on the lips. And I think it's such a pretty color. And yeah, it's very similar, almost the same on the lips. So either one of these I think would be a great option for just something a little bit more glossy and juicy on the lips that still gives that kind of 90s vibe, if that makes sense. And these do have a little bit more coolness in them. They're not quite super warm brown. Now let's move over to actual more traditional lipstick formulas. I have a couple of matte ones. This one is from Milani, and this is from their Color Fetish line, from particularly the like nude fetish line, I think is what they called it. You can get these on the website, Target, Walmart, Walgreens, anywhere Milani is sold, they have these. And this is the shade Desire. And these are a really beautiful soft matte formula, very comfortable, great wear time. I think they're very flattering on the lips personally, and I love them. These are like one of my absolute favorite drugstore lipstick lines. These swatches are not going to be perfect, mind you, and a lot of these would benefit, you know, from a lip liner, of course. I'm trying to swatch them at least well enough for you to get a general idea of how they look on the lips. This one I think is one that's perfect. A little bit more of a cooler tone, 90s brown lip. A little more vampy. And just really pretty. It's just a really nice formula. Very comfortable. Easy to wear. It's not patchy or streaky. Really good, full color. Great option. So this one again is Desire from Milani Nude Fetish. I'll tell you, these swatches are going to get worse and worse as we go. Okay, now jumping over to Colourpop, we have this shade called Grunge. This is one of their lippy sticks, and this is very similar to Mochalicious from Wet n Wild. So if you didn't want to go for Colourpop, you can get the Wet n Wild one. This one, however, I think is a little more long wearing, bit more of a longer wearing formula. You get very comfortable matte, soft matte finish. It's not like a liquid lipstick matte, but still a nice matte. And it's not going to feel too dry or anything on the lips. I mean, grunge is the most apt name for this too. Should have worn more neutral eyeshadow today. Very clashing a little bit. But I mean, isn't that just like the perfect 90s lip right there? It's got that brown in it, but it's also cool toned. It's very, I think it'd be a very flattering color for just about any skin tone as well. Very nice. So this is Grunge from Colourpop in one of the lippy sticks. Colourpop also has just 1,000,010 lipstick options, so you could definitely find a good brown lipstick in like whatever formula you wanted from Colourpop, because they literally have 1,000,000 different formulas and shades. But I try to narrow down to things that I can find and source online for sale. I only wanted to talk about products that I know you can get your hands on pretty easily. And I guess while we're still talking about Colourpop, we'll go ahead and do this lipstick as well. This is one of their ultra matte lips, and this is a liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Take a Pixie. And this one is more of a little bit of a lighter tone, a little less vampy, still kind of got that nice kind of, it's got that brown in it without going too dramatic or vampy with it. A little bit more of a wearable shade. Wearable, you know. A little bit more of an everyday, easy peasy shade, I guess you could say. And there we go. This is Take a Pixie from Colourpop in the Ultra Matte Lip. It's just a little bit lighter, a little more effortless than some of the other lipstick options. And I think it's really pretty, and again, it has a nice cool tone to it while still having that brown kind of chestnut vibe. I call it kind of a rosewood color, or a little bit raisin. Very nice, and they have definitely improved their ultra matte lips. They used to be incredibly dry and not feel good. They have definitely improved on those since then, since they originally launched, and I think they're quite nice. And yeah, I like the shade a lot. It's definitely one I reach for pretty often for when I need just a nice kind of almost some little brownie, but not too over the top. Jumping over to Maybelline, I actually have 4 options, and these are from the Maybelline Ultimates. I always call them Ultimates, they're Ultimates. I just noticed that the other day. don't judge me. I can't read good sometimes. But I have 4 options from this line. There's a lot of nuance in this line, but there's a kind of similarity between the shades, which is a slight variation. So I pulled 4 that I think are beautiful, and I love this formula. It's a matte formula that is very comfortable, very long wearing, and just really good shade selection from this line. So we'll start with this one. It is called More Toffee, and More Toffee is definitely leaning into the more warm tone brownie shade. Definitely leaning a little bit more into the warmer side of things, a little more vampy. I think it's really pretty color. I love it. It's definitely one of my favorite ones. Very comfortable formula, has that very soft matte look to it. It gives me 90s vibes for sure, and it is definitely one of my favorites and another one of my absolute favorite drugstore formulas. And yeah, this color is really nice. It just has a little bit more warmth in it, where a lot of the other ones tend to lean a bit more cooler that we have talked about so far, and not too vampy. I think it's a very wearable, deeper lipstick shade. All right, and our next one is called More Mocha from the Maybelline Ultimates. And don't let the matte scare you away. It is not a matte that's gonna suck the life out of your lips. It's a pretty nice matte. All right, here's More Mocha. And what I like about More Mocha is that it has a bit of a grayish to it. It's got more of a muted kind of grayed out undertone, where it's a bit smoky. If you could call lipstick kind of smoky, that's what this one looks like. And I think it's a really nice option, and it's really nice, more of a cool tone, but still brownie option. And still kind of has that 90s vibe to it without being super warm. It's cooler than grunge and cooler than Mochalicious. It's just really nice, and I think it's so pretty. And definitely a very easy shade again to wear. It goes with a lot of looks. Next one from Maybelline Ultimates is More Cedar. Now this one's gonna lean more into a reddish, deep, kind of vampy, dramatic vibe. Like a warm burgundy. And I'm including this one because I think there's a lot of 90s looks we see from red carpet and stuff that had these very vampy, dark burgundy lips. And what I like about this one in particular is that it's not so purple. A lot of them had like a very purple undertone. And I like that this one leans just a little bit warmer and a little bit just more, I don't know, it's just very vampy, very pretty. Still has that bit of brown in it, and it just has that really grungy 90s goth chick vibes. And that's what I love about it. Yet still has a bit of warmth in it. It looks like kind of like crushed velvet or something. I love it. And again, with any of these lips that are a little deeper and vampier, you can shear them out and make them into more of a stain and get that nice kind of blotted look, and it still looks really good. And yeah, grungy vibes. All right, and last one from the Maybelline Ultimates is the vampiest one, and that is More Coffee. This one is definitely much darker and kind of a blackened brown, if you will. This is like almost black, a little bit of brown in it, a little bit of a purple undertone, a little bit of coolness. But yeah, so vampy, so pretty. It's a good one. And because it doesn't smudge and budge and like bleed, it's great in this deep shade. You don't have to worry about going everywhere. Yeah, just a very smoky, dark, blackened brown with just a hint of purple in it. I love it. This is one of my favorite like vampy lips. If you want to see a video just of my favorite spooky girl vibes, goth girl vibe lipsticks from the drugstore, let me know that down below too, because I can hook you up with that one. Oh boy, can I. We could do favorite bold lips, vibrant lips. Yeah, just let me know down below. Give me ideas, because we can definitely be having some swatch parties. All right, let's jump over to CoverGirl for a minute. Now these are a little bit harder to find, but I have found them on Amazon, and this is the CoverGirl Melting Pout Matte in the shade Paradise Lost. I mean, come on, that's kind of gothic sounded too, isn't it? Also is a goth band, Paradise Lost, and obviously a book by, I think, was it Dante or Milton? Is it Dante or is it Milton? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Eesh. To be such a literature nerd, I'm blanking on that one. Anyway, Melting Pout Matte from CoverGirl. Now, I will say there's one little caveat with these. They taste weird. They have a weird smell. And they smell like burnt candle wax, if that makes sense. They all have that. It's not necessarily bad, it's just weird. I kind of like it because I'm weird. But it smells like burnt kind of candle wax smell to it. And this is a very, very dark brown shade. It looks lighter in the tube than what it looks like when it dries down the lips. There we go. It is much deeper than what appears in the tube, as you see, but it is just a really pretty, super, super dark kind of a smoky brown. And I really like it. I like this formula. Not all of these are made equally as far as their quality and like how, you know, patchy they may look, but this one in particular I think performs really well and looks nice on the lips. They do have some deeper shades of these that don't perform quite as well, but yeah, this one has just been one of my favorites for a very long time. And it does go down to a matte finish and is pretty transfer proof, or transfer resistant rather, and pretty long wearing and pretty comfortable. As long as you can get past that kind of weird burnt wax smell taste. I think that's gonna be the only thing that might put people off of them, but I'm weird and I really don't mind it, and I kind of like it. It's just created kind of a nostalgic smell for me. I don't know, but yeah, I think it's a really nice, very like blackened caramel color or something. It looks burnt. It looks like it smells. And I like it. These are my favorite kind of lipsticks. And you see how it's going like super duper matte, but it's not feeling sticky or heavy or anything like that. And removes pretty easily. I'm gonna save the hardest to remove one for last. And let's jump over to one that's a little bit of an easier type of formula. This is from Wet n Wild. This is a liquid catsuit, and this is in their high shine formula. So this is not going to be a long wear product, and this is going to have a bit more of a, obviously, lip gloss finish to it, a bit more of a shine to it, with still with opaque color. Oh, that previous one off. And this is in the shade Cedar Later. Cedar Later. You're getting really nice color payoff with this one. You can use it as a gloss if you want as well. It's really nicely pigmented though. And these have a great doe foot on them. Very easy to apply. Very comfortable on the lips. Just a really solid formula here. I think this is such a good shade. It's a bit more of an easy, I guess more wearable type shade, but it definitely has that nice brown undertone to it that does give it that 90s feel. So that's why I wanted to include it. I wanted to include a variety of formulas in here just so you have options. And yeah, Cedar Later is definitely one of my favorite ones for that more juicy look. And I've loved it for years now. And then there's this one from Wet n Wild. Now this is the Wet n Wild Cloud Pout. These are a little bit hard to find like the CoverGirl ones, but you can find them on Amazon. And this is in the shade Love You S'more. Yeah, Love You S'more. I don't know why that trips me up, but this is more of a matte formula. Obviously Cloud Pout is that kind of a whipped matte texture to it. And this is just a gorgeous, truly like milk chocolatey shade. And they smell absolutely heavenly. This is really rich marshmallow deliciousness that you just kind of want to eat it. And this is one that you can apply a little more sheerly or build up. But yeah, very comfortable formula. Really nice shade of brown. A little bit warmer than the other options. I think it's really, really nice. This is the Cloud Pout from Wet n Wild. I will link it. Make sure to link this one especially below because I think I did find it on Amazon, but I couldn't find it from like just at the store. But I wanted to include it because it's such a nice shade and a lovely formula, and just it feels nice on the lips. The scent of it is heavenly. And yeah, really comfortable formula, easy to apply, easy to wear. This one is not transfer proof, but it's very comfortable on the lips. NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. Very similar to that in texture. Alright, and the last one is from NYX. This is the NYX Shine Loud in the shade Boundary Pusher. And this formula is kind of incredible. It is like bulletproof. Will wear 4 hours, and you have the glossy topper with it. And this shade to me is just a great brown. I saved this one for last because it is literally the hardest to remove, because it is just one of the absolute most stay on lipsticks that I've ever tried. And it is also kind of a perfect brown. Like, just, I think this might be one of the best options to me, especially if you like a little bit more of a glossy finish and something that is just gonna last literally all day. And yeah, let this dry down for a minute and we'll put the glossy top coat over it, because it is a little more comfortable to have the gloss over top of this, because it does have a bit of a sticky kind of vinyl feel to it. I do think they also maybe, I'm curious if Maybelline, the vinyl inks, the new ones, if they have a nice brown in that line. Because I know they just came out with a bunch of new shades. I'm gonna have to investigate that. I mean, that's so good. So good, it's not gonna go anywhere all day, locked in. All it transfers is the gloss. So once you put the gloss on, it's super comfortable, and you don't have to leave it glossy. You can kind of let the gloss wear down and get more of a matte look from it. And again, you can also pair any of these with some lip liners to kind of tweak the shades, mix and match. I think it's just a really, really good drugstore option right here. But anyway, yeah, these are some of my favorite kind of 90s vibe grungy lips. Again, let me know down below any other types of colors you would like to see a video like this with. It would be a little more organized next time, a little more with it. And it's first I'm kind of really filming like a live swatch video like this. So yeah, let me know down below if there's some other colors you're interested in, and I'll let you know some of my favorite formulas and shades within that family. So yeah, thank you for watching and hanging out with me today, having a little swatch party, trying out some lips, and I hope that this was helpful. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye now.